I just pulled into the Dollar Tree parking lot. I'm going to take you guys inside and we're going to see what they have for a full face of Dollar Tree makeup. Up here in this girly section, they got these brow pencils, hydrating primer, and liquid lipsticks. Looks like our choice for foundation is New Color or LA Colors. This is in porcelain. They have a blush here. They do have Flower Beauty here, but these shades are a little bit too deep for me. They have some Wet n Wild brushes. Let's see, eyeshadow kit here from LA Color, Pretty Colors. I'm not going to bother with these lashes because I've tried lashes like this before, they're impossible. I do need some more of these, so I'm going to grab these. This looks interesting. I'm going to grab this liquid eyeliner. Little skinny setting spray. I already know this stuff works good. I have this one at home. I'm going to try this pinkier shade here. Might as well pick up some bronzer while I'm at it. Hello and welcome back to Just a Sister Thing. I'm Rebecca and today I'm going to be doing a full face of Dollar Tree makeup. I had some hits, some misses, of course, you're going to get that. So I don't like long intros. If you'll please consider subscribing and give this a thumbs up and enjoy the video. Okay, let's get started. I have a couple things that are kind of like accessories before we get into the makeup. I found this cute little hair clip I thought would be nice for the spring. I'm a little sniffly still. I'm getting over a cold, so I do apologize. My voice isn't so great. And I might be sniffling a little bit. So I'm just going to use this to pull my hair back for the makeup application. Kind of cute. And then I found these scarves for $1 each. Well, I think everything is $1.25 now. But I thought these were cute. This has a little bit of a gray stripe in it. And this one's just real soft, like those fuzzy socks that you can get. So in Ohio, it is spring right now, technically. But it'll go from being 55 to 60 degrees one day down to 35, 40 degrees the next. Like today, it's a little chilly outside. It's a lot of rain. So I think I'm going to choose one of these scarves to wear today. This bright blue one's kind of pretty. That's cute. Super soft. It's nice and long in case you wanted to twist it or, you know, do a different kind of knot with it. I think it's just pretty just laying flat though. Another cool thing I did not know that the Dollar Tree sells are these little eyebrow razors. I like to use these on my eyebrows, and also I like to get the peach fuzz off my face too, because you don't want to like shave with an actual razor because it would just do a lot of damage to your skin. These just kind of skate along your skin and just very gently take the peach fuzz off. The first skin prep thing I want to do is a Sugar Lip Scrub by LA Colors. This just says sugar, so I'm assuming it's just like a sweet scrub. It does have vitamin E and coconut oil. So I'm going to do this first. All right, here's what it looks like. Okay, so you really have to work your way down to get down to the scrub area of it. It does feel very moisturizing. I'm going to leave it on until I get ready to do my lipstick, and then I'll wipe it back off. I like it. There's just not that much scrub to it. It's more like a really nice chapstick. About an hour ago, I did get out of the shower and I went ahead and put my moisturizer on and my sunscreen. So I'm going to try this face hydrating primer. Comes in really cute pink packaging. It's by a company called Ioni. I think is how you say it. It is a hydrating face primer. It's cruelty and vegan. I'm sorry, it's cruelty free and vegan. And it's supposed to be very nice and nourishing for your skin. And it says flawless face all day. Little itty bitty bottle here. Oh. Wow, you really gotta squeeze it. Maybe it has a, why isn't this coming out? Oh my, what the hell? Yeah, that's not gonna move, so I'm just gonna stick my finger there, I guess. All right, let me try off camera and see if I can get this to squeeze out. There it goes. Really got to put some muscle into it, I guess, which I don't have. So it looks like silicone to me. I'm only going to put a little bit of this on because with primers that are slick like this, that I feel like it has silicone, it might not, but it makes my foundation bunchy by the end of the day. I do a lot better without stuff like this. It is smoothing my skin. It does feel smoother. Feels nice. But I'm not sure how this is going to play out later. But I will put some comments later on the screen and let you know how everything played out. Okay, one more thing before we start with everything else. This is called Age Defy Dark Circles and Puffiness Serum. It's a 3-in-1 treatment. It is, you gently roll it under the eye, apply it twice a day. So, has peptides, vitamins, and green tea extract. It says it will not clog pores. That's what it looks like. It does feel nice and cold. Oh yeah, wow, that's like ice cold. Okay, I'm kind of liking this. Doesn't smell like anything. The primer didn't smell like anything, and neither did the lip scrub, so this does feel a little bit cold in my eyeball though. I do feel like a coldness is drifting up towards my eye, but not to the point where it's like making my eyes water or anything like that. Okay, this is the first thing I actually like, so I want to keep this to the side here. This is the only color corrector I could find, and this one is purple. This is good if you have yellow undertones and you're wanting to neutralize the yellow. I have a lot of pink undertones, and I have a lot of blue circles under my eyes, but I don't have yellow, but I still want to try it and see if it does neutralize anything. Plus, I don't have an eyeshadow primer, so I thought maybe I'll use this as an eyeshadow primer. So I'm going to put a little bit of this under my eyes. Just putting it in spots where I have a little bit of discoloration. I know people are watching this and saying if you have red discoloration, you should be using green, but hey, I'm using what I could find. I want to see what this does. The only reason I'm using this as an eyeshadow primer is, well, two reasons. I don't have one. I didn't get one at the Dollar Tree. And all my eyeshadow colors are kind of like this color. I have real pretty blues and purples. So I think this will be okay as an eyeshadow base. It blended out pretty good around these areas here. Under my eyes, it just kind of, it blended out a little bit. I don't know. We'll see how it works. It might actually help my under eyes because they didn't have any concealer, so I have to use a foundation as a concealer. So this might give it a little extra coverage under the eyes. Okay, on to foundation. This is the LA Colors Matte Foundation, and this is high pigment formula. It just says porcelain, long wearing, high pigment, Apply as liquid and blends to a beautiful matte finish. Another thing I got is this sponge. It came in this packaging here. This is called Sassy and Chic, and this is their blender sponge. I will tell you, it feels very nice. I mean, it really blossomed and it feels nice and soft. I mean, for $1.25, you can't beat that. Okay, it actually feels nice. I thought it was going to be really moussey, but it actually feels like a nice foundation. So let's try it out. Okay, it's very thin. You can just see wiping it like that. It's very, very thin. All right, so I basically put the product on and just took it right back off. A couple little spots here where it fell into my pores, and I pretty much put it on, took it off with a sponge, tried my Bliss brush, foundation brush, pulled it right back off. So we're going to try round 2 of this and see if it works. Maybe with 2 layers, I don't know. Okay, this is probably the worst foundation I've ever used. I mean, it covers nothing. I tried my little denser brush from it. It's softer and denser. Just pushing it in instead of swiping it, just trying to really work this in, but it's like nothing. uh, and they didn't have any concealer, so this is pretty much my face base today. I couldn't find any powder there either that was my color. I'm gonna stay with as inexpensive as I can with my face powder. I'm gonna use this Essence My Skin Perfector loose powder, only because I don't have any powder, so this will be the only thing I use that isn't Dollar Tree. They had this cute brush there. This is, I don't even know who it's by, but it's really cute. It looks like, almost looks like a little unicorn brush. So I'll use this to put my powder on with. Okay, that helped a little bit with coverage. Thank God. Now I really regret putting that purple underneath my eyes, but you know, I was just trying it out. I think if I did have a little bit of yellow undertones, I think that would have actually worked very nice, because it really did have nice pigment. I mean, it wasn't going anywhere. So if I ever go into Dollar Tree and I do see that they have a green one, I definitely want to try the green one. Okay, on to bronzer. This is LA Colors bronzer in Bronze Beauty. I'm a little scared because this has a lot of shimmer in it, and I don't use shimmer as a bronzer because I don't want to look like I'm shining from outer space. But we're going to give it a go. You never know. I do like the sleek packaging. It's very skinny. Yeah, this definitely looks like a highlighter. Oh, shoot. This is going to be scary. All right, here we go. Oh, good Lord. Wow, that is not moving. Oh, shoot. That does not want to blend at all. Really, really working it here. Okay, the blendability on this is kind of a joke. Joke is on me. I just can't get this to move. I'm definitely not putting any on my nose. Forget about that. I'm going to get some more of my essence powder here and just try to tone that down a little bit. I don't know. I think that's as good as it's going to get. Okay, on to highlighter. This is their Glow Time highlight. I have this one in like a golden color, and I don't think it's that bad. I think it's pretty good. So I wanted to try this pinky one since I'm doing like a pinky purpley color today on my face. Okay, here's what it looks like. Almost looks like a little bit of like a lilac. This one looks a little bit chalkier than the other one that I have. It's right there. Okay, I'm going to get out my highlighter brush here. Okay, so this definitely has a beaming highlight. When I look straight ahead, I don't see any ashiness because I was wondering about that. A little bit of a lavender undertone in it, but I don't see any ashiness, so not hating it yet. The bronzer is very hard for me to look away from. I'm a little distracted by the bronzer, so maybe with the blush it might help the look come together. I don't know, we'll see. So this is the blush I got. This is the LA Colors. This is in Sweet Cheeks. It looks super, super bright, but with spring here, I like to use these kind of colors as long as it's buildable and not shocking like the bronzer. It's a cute little container, nice and bright with the white. It reminds me of like a CoverGirl blush. And of course, I don't use these things. They're pointless. All right, let's see here. Oh, yikes. This might be scary. Oh boy. I will definitely use a light hand with this. I'm gonna use this Josie Maran brush that has the dual fiber end since it's like really nice and light. And we're gonna tap into here like that, cover the brush. Then we're definitely gonna tap it out here first. All right, here we go. Be brave. So I normally don't bring my blush all the way back here, but I'm trying to blend it into that god-awful bronzer to maybe just make it look like a slightly heavier blush look. The blush is actually very pretty. You just got to be careful with it. You know, tap it out before you put it on your cheeks, and then you can blend it a little bit easier. I might run my powder brush over everything to try to blend it some more. I found two brow products. This one is called the e.l.f. Shape and Stay Brow Pencil. I think this is kind of like a brow wax. And they don't just sell LA Colors. You can see sometimes they do sell Maybelline. I did see some Flower Beauty, which is the brand by Drew Barrymore. So they do sell other things there. It's just a matter of finding them in your shade. Okay, that's what it looks like. I think it is a little brow wax. So I'm going to go ahead and prep my brows for my brow liner. And a brow wax will make your brows nice and sticky, and it'll help hold your brows in place for the day. I've never used e.l.f.'s before. I don't think either of my brow products came with a spoolie. So I'm going to use this one from my, oh, it has fuzzies all over it, from a cotton pad. All right, there we go. I'm going to use this one from my Ulta brow kit I got. It's a nice little spoolie. And then when you brush these up like that, that brow wax will help these stay in place for the day. Allegedly, I really don't use brow waxes that much, so I'm curious to see. Back to the Ione brand. This is the only brow pencil I could find that looked like it might be close to my shade, but this looks a little bit intense. This one is called Dark Brown. So the little lid doesn't like really stay on it. It's very wobbly. Super dry formula. Try to warm it up here. I don't like using dry formulas on my eyebrows because I have sparse eyebrows as it is, and I feel like dry formulas will just pull your eyebrow hair out. So I was like, I already have issues, you know, I don't need an actual pencil to pull my brow hair out, but we'll try it, we'll try it. Oh yeah, super dry. Okay, it might have been a little bit harsh because this actually is not too bad, and it's not the worst shade for me. It didn't go on as intense as I thought it would. I don't hate this. If you're broke and you're in a pinch and you need an eyebrow pencil and you can afford to go and spend $1.25 on one, I wouldn't say no to this. This isn't too bad. Not too bad at all. Okay, so I might have overdone it on the eyeshadows. I couldn't decide what I wanted. So I will show you all together here. I got these three. They're all kind of cool tone. I was trying to put some colors together at the store. So I kind of went with cool tones. And I also have this Maybelline. I think this is kind of like a base. Oh shoot, this is lip paint. I thought this was for eyeshadow. Wow. Okay, we'll try this on at the end of the video just for fun. Like, I don't think I'd wear that color. But hey, never say never. I will try this on at the end. I thought this was an eyeshadow base. My bad. Well, it makes it less for me to choose then. So I'm going to go ahead and swatch some of these and see how they go. By the way, I bought this one because it's all matte. And these two here were all shimmer. So I thought I'd mix them up. So my concern here is it looks like this is a spray over of shimmer. But I mean, they swatch nice. That's these three here. They're swatching pretty nice, so I can't say that I hate them so far. So I'm going to swatch this other one here. Okay, here's this one. I really love this shade right here. It's like a lilac color. These are actually very pretty. These are really pretty for spring for sure. All right, here's this one. This is more of that cute white packaging. It's very sleek. I will say there are two shimmers in this. I didn't realize those two palest colors are shimmers. Actually, I think the brown one is too. Yeah, the brown one is too. These swatch very nice. They're almost too dark to use as transition shades, so I'm probably still going to try to use this one, even though it has shimmer. Their eyeshadows are really swatching nice. I hope it translates well on the eyes. So let's try to make a look out of this. These eyeshadows are so nice. I cannot believe it. I will say it does seem like there is a overspray, but I'm still able to get shimmer out of it, even the further I go down in it. I mean, both of these sets are so nice. I'm going to use a big fluffy brush now and just blend it together. Try to get rid of any of the harsh edges. But wow, look at the pigment. I want to go back and buy more now. Like the pigment is beautiful and the blendability. Wow, I cannot believe these are so nice. I really had my doubts. Okay, before I finish my lower lash line, I'm going to go ahead and put on this liquid liner. It's by LA Colors. It's supposed to have an ultra fine tip. It is in the color black. Okay, this is what it looks like. Okay, it looks like a brush tip, which are usually pretty nice to work with. I think one of my favorites, I think it was NYC that has a brush tip like that. Ugh, I got makeup all over me. But I'm going to try this out here, see how it plays out. Okay, nobody breathe. Okay, that went on really nice. I think I only had to dip back in like maybe once or twice. I'm curious to see if it dries down matte or if it stays a little shiny. I prefer matte. Okay, it looks like it did dry down just a little bit shiny, not too crazy. But it's a really nice formula though, so I can't complain too much. It's not super shiny. So I'm going to finish my lower lash line now, and I will use a little bit of this brown here. Now I'm going to use my definer brush here by Morphe. This is the M432. I'm going to mix these two deeper gray tones here just to deepen up my lash line. I'm going to spritz my Morphe E36 brush here with a little bit of setting spray. And then I'm going to dip into this one here as my inner corner highlight. Okay, then I'm going to use this shade here, which is a little bit more subtle, as my brow bone highlight. All right, for mascara, I have LA Colors Volume Mascara. This is supposed to add volume to lashes with the innovative hourglass brush and thickening formula. I got it in rich black. I noticed all their mascaras have little tiny tubes like this, so that might be how they can keep them so cost effective, by making the mascaras a little bit smaller like this. All right, let's take a look. Forgot to curl my lashes here, so I'm going to go ahead and use my LA Girl lash curler. So this is one coat. I feel like I'm literally putting nothing on my eyelashes. These ones are a little bit fuller over here because they had that eyeliner stuck in them a little bit. Yeah, this formula is pretty much non-existent. It does nothing for your lashes, so this is a hard pass for me. Okay, I have this setting spray by LA Colors. It helps extend makeup. It is in clear. Well, I hope it's in clear. It's a very skinny little bottle. Kind of reminds me of like a travel size setting spray. Okay, here's what it looks like. Let's see what the mist looks like. It's a little aggressive. I'm going to hold it back a little bit here. Woo! Yeah, that's aggressive. Woo! That is very wet. Very, very wet. It's like spraying water on your face. I'm just going to push in my highlighter since my face is a little bit damp now. I don't know, it's kind of refreshing too, so I don't know. I'm not sure if I hate it or love it. So I'm going to keep trying that one out. All right, I'm going to go ahead and clean my lips off here from that scrub. Okay, let's try this one on first because I know I'm not going to actually wear it out today, but it looks really cool. So this is in Violet Rebel. This is by Maybelline. It's their Color Jolt lip paint. Oh, what the heck? I did not expect it to be like that. It looks like a gloss. Unless it's just expired. Oh boy, this is scary. Where, oh, okay. So maybe it just was sitting for a while. That's going to be a mess getting off my hand. It's kind of pretty though. All right, let's try it just for shits and giggles. It's so streaky. Is it supposed to be like that? It smells really good. It smells like cherries. Okay, so I'm thinking this might just be expired or something. That's a bummer because it was kind of cool. But it's like all over the place. Yeah, this is just going to bleed because it has so much of the oil in it. But I bet you at one point it was really pretty. I think this is just going to continue to bleed a little bit because, boy, it makes my teeth look really yellow too. But because it has so much oil in it, it's not mixed properly. Maybe if I shake it really hard next time, if I want to play with it again, just make sure it's mixed thoroughly. But I think this will just continue bleeding throughout the day and just make a mess. But it looks like at one point it was probably a really pretty color. Okay, the next one I have here is more of the Ioni brand. This is their liquid lipstick in Cranberry. It's supposed to have a matte finish. It's supposed to last all day. Looks promising. It's really pretty. I don't normally like to wear a bold lip with a bold eye. Ordinarily, I'd probably wear a nude lip with this look, but we're trying things out today. Oh, what the heck? What's with this applicator? It's very, very curvy and a little bit bumpy. Let's try that again. Okay, this is very pretty. It's already starting to get a little bit sticky. It's starting to settle down a little bit, and that's what you want a liquid lipstick to do. Wow, it's really sticky. It's getting a little bit deeper too the more it sets. Like this is what it looks like in the bottle, but this is settling down. It's definitely oxidizing. Yikes. I'm going to actually go off camera for about 10 or 15 minutes so I can test if this actually settles down and stops being sticky. I'm sure it will because, you know, that this is the process of a liquid lipstick. It does get a little sticky in the beginning. You just have to leave it alone and let it settle in and do its thing. So I'll come back in about 10 minutes and let you know if it's actually settled down. And this is actually not the lip I'm going with today, but it's really pretty though. I do like how intensifying it's getting. It's going from cranberry to deep scarlet. But with my eyeshadow, it's a little bit, what was that one video from the 80s where all the women play the guitars? That's kind of what this look looks like. So I don't want something that bold. I do have a softer lip gloss from the Dollar Tree I'm going to try on here in a second. And that's probably what I'm going to wear today. And this actually did settle down. It did deepen a little bit more. It's barely sticky now. So I think if I wore this for another couple of hours, it would definitely last. I don't hate this. I actually think this is a very pretty color. I'm going to keep this back and maybe wear it in the fall. But because it just kept deepening, it's not so much of a fuchsia now. It's more of a deep scarlet or a deep, I don't know, kind of like a deep wine. But it's a really pretty lipstick and it really has good pigment. So I'm impressed with this. Now let's see how difficult it is to get back off. Yeah, you can definitely see it did settle down. Okay, it's coming off pretty good. Not too bad. A little trick here, if you're trying on lipstick at home and you don't know which shade you want to wear, by the time you keep wiping it back off, you're taking off some of your makeup. Just take a little bit of powder here. Get my powder brush. I'm just going to use some of this L'Oreal Infallible and just stamp this around your lips. And it'll also tone down your lips too, because I had a little bit of a stain there. So it'll look like you freshened up your makeup. All right, the last thing I have here is this B Color lip gloss. It's hydrating lip gloss with hyaluronic acid. Oh, it's in Garnet. I didn't even know that it was in, I didn't know that was the shade name, and that's actually my birthstone. So I think it was my destiny to get this for sure. Let's give this a go. I'm hoping it's not as crazy pigmented as everything I've tried so far. I hope it's like a light wash of color. Oh yeah, that's very pretty. And I was going to tell you too that this stuff smells really nice. This smelled like cupcakes. And this stuff smelled nice too. This is that one that smelled like fruit. So I really want to try this one again. Maybe I just got to shake it up a little bit more. All right, let's give this a go here. I'm hoping this turns out nice and light and feminine, so it's not like contrasting with my bold eyes. Oh yeah, that's pretty. Oh, disgusting sounds when I put my thing in there. Like, oh no. Okay, the scent on this one kind of sucks. It smells like cardboard. Ugh. Why would they do that? They have such a nice formula. This literally smells like a dusty basement or something, or cardboard. What a bummer. Because such a pretty wash of color. Ugh. Yeah, I do not like that scent. Because you know it comes into your mouth. You have to breathe that in. So why didn't I make it like a nice strawberry scent or something? Because it looks like a wash of strawberry color, but it's kind of like breathing in a cardboard box. So that's quite interesting. That's a total bummer. All right, guys, so I'm going to wrap up my video. That's pretty much it. I don't like long intros or long outros in YouTube videos. I will say I did like these two lip things. I'm going to play with these some more. The eyeshadows were amazing. I think I will go back and see if they have different colors because they went on so nice. Now, I ordinarily wouldn't wear such a bold look. This is more like like an evening look or whatever. But I mean, I wanted to play with most of the colors that I could. The eyeshadows were really nice. You'll have to let me know if you go try them and did you like them. Leave a comment below. I wouldn't hesitate to buy them again. The eyeliner wasn't bad either. Mascara was crap. Don't buy that. It's a total waste of time. But yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. It's a lot of fun going into places like the Dollar Tree and trying to find inexpensive finds, and I think I really did. I will definitely do some repeat shopping on some of this stuff. So anyway, I hope everybody has a great day. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe and give it a thumbs up.